You really think you know someone, and you literally hand them your life. Being one of the 3 tigers was not a task given lightly. Somehow this slipped past us. Such a waste of talent. The traitor Dai from Ebelon did not succeed in his plans of infiltrating our base. Stephen shall stay behind and guard it as we move south to Encyro. Now prepare for a long walk.
How many?
I'm sorry?
How many?
They're all alive, but are most likely being sent to Yaran as we speak.
Tell me, how did you manage not to get caught, huh? You're not warming up to your parents' captors now, are you?
I was caught, but managed to turn it out as if he was the one escaping me. I had to kill him to sell the story.
I see. Their next move?
We're moving into Encyro today. Still no information on the actual operation, but Abigail has been there ever since we arrived and should have something on it. Stephen is holding the fort.
So Alastair the Great wants to risk being trapped between us and the Death Thorns, leaving maybe his most clever soldier behind, and Scott most likely still running blind in the forest. Something is not adding up here, and I'm afraid it's too late to figure out.
Thanks for coming so soon. Before we continue our conversation, you must know that we had to keep you in the dark due to our situation with Dai.
Is that why Lewis went storming out?
Correct. But Charlie, we need you to stay sharp. You can't lose it now.
It's Abigail, isn't it? What happened?
They have gone missing. We strongly believe that they got captured since they were not among the bodies.
Captured? By who?
Hey, why haven't they killed us already?
Who knows? They could be just playing with us. Trying to lure in the others, maybe. Or maybe they just really know good looks when they see it.
You and your brother can find a joke for any occasion, can't you?
Us in the Baker family would rather die with a smile than fuss over the little things. No! It's been long enough for the new shifts to come and notice that we're not there. They're on their way, don't you worry. Though while we wait for our heroes, you have a charming young man such as myself, and our lovely host to keep you entertained.
You're sick.
So, death thorns. Why do people fear them like they're some kind of monster?
Many know of my lineage in this land. My grandfather established a kingdom to the southeast. That was taken away when the Death Thorns came.
Are they just that aggressive? That they will attack anything?
No, they have a rabid obsession with territory. They watch their border with sleepless eyes, and if any fool soul crosses it, they will demand that the trespasser be sacrificed. This happened twice. It was here my aunt's lover took her. He was a general named Rosago. As they returned, she strayed into their land and they came for her. They demanded my grandfather give up the trespasser, his only daughter. Naturally, this was out of the question, and they prepared for battle. But the royals got pushed back into the mountain, forced to listen to their people die. My aunt couldn't handle them dying for something she did, and she was no coward. She opened the gate and strode into the crowd of savages. It took many men to hold uzalu back, and the last thing they saw was the death thorns engulfing her as the gate closed. Come dawn, the once proud town was but ashes and the dead. uzalu came out of the mountain, only to find her hanging from a tree, a dozen arrows piercing her flesh.
What was her name?
Bliss Highwind.
You said it happened twice?
uzalu seethed with hatred for the king for what had happened. People say there was nothing but darkness in his eye from that day. He studied the Death Thorns culture and performed the ritual of acceptance. He was, from that moment, part of their number, marching towards our kingdom. He then led them into the city and killed everyone in their path. My grandfather had no other choice than to escape with me and my mother on a ship with as many as we could rescue from the massacre. That's when our kingdom was born, Osunder, as we split apart from Kantrok.
Why didn't you take up the crown and become king when your grandfather died?
My father was a traitor to our people. I'd be ashamed to take up the crown.
But you're not your father.
Trust me, not a choice I took lightly. Who doesn't want to become king? No, I'll leave that responsibility to someone else.
So who do you think will take over?
It's in the hands of the Eight until the war is over.
I take it they rule all the kingdoms right now, don't they?
For now.
They're alive, but the Death Thorns have them both in a cage. The men are already set up for the rescue mission, but we need to be ready to move while they distract them.
Good work, Lewis. Let's get our friends out of that nightmare.
You know what, Martin? Listen, I mean, seeing this, how this might be where we both die, I'm just gonna say it, okay? If it wasn't for this war, and if we ever met in different circumstances, you seem like a really nice guy. Maybe we could have, gotten together.
You know, I really wouldn't mind that.
Please! Don't touch him! You have no reason for doing this! Stop! Please stop!